Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining Dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl? You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the mittens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold-capped teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's got to do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
I'll treat her however I like, as long as you both eat off my plate. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life. Well, unless I start seeing results, we're going to renegotiate. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now, and I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Just be careful about showing him. You've been lucky so far. He thinks it's funny when you and Lesky get vulgar. Some of the nobles I've met, they'd as soon have your head for speaking your mind. That's why I didn't tell you. Barat's been warning me ever since 2 of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient. You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No, unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life. It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon. Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well. Every year, more of the beasts come up from the deep roads. I've heard they've even been harrying the surface. They would even turn to humans for aid before us, it seems. There's been talk of an alliance against the Darkspawn. Even that the Grey Wardens have stepped up. But we don't have time for this now. Lesky must be waiting, and Barat won't like it if I'm late for my appointment. You know how desperate the nobles are for more children? They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate, and we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward. Yes, that is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget. I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Lesky's probably already outside waiting for you. Money gives him power. He's got family on the surface, which means he can smuggle up lyrium and smithcrafts, and bring down silks, wines, and furs. And he played it smart. When he started expanding, he made sure it was only the casteless he shook down for protection, so the guardsmen didn't care. Don't underestimate him. Barat has thugs who'd kill their own mothers just to work for him. As far as the nobles are concerned, he still stinks of Dust Town. He's got money now, but you can't buy caste, you know. No noblewoman would risk a dalliance with him. His only chance to join a noble family is to claim kinship with a concubine who bears a noble's son. And that's what he wants more than anything. Don't you? Imagine what it would be like not to have people look at us like we're sewer sludge, to think our lives are worth something. It wouldn't be the first time. Garrelon the Blood-Risen was born casteless, you know, before he went to the surface, and he came back and won the throne. Many paragons have humble origins. All that matters is that the Assembly recognizes their achievements. And once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so. So what are you standing around here for? Go do something great. Oh, don't pay attention to her. She's just a bitter old drunk. She also said you'd never learn to walk or stop dumping in the bed. Make something of yourself just to spite her. Maybe you will. But until then, we can only serve as Barat demands. And he won't like it if either of us is late. Money gives him power. And he played it smart. When he started expanding, he made sure it was only the casteless he shook down for protection, so the guardsmen didn't care. I hope there's more you want in life than to be some copper-plated crime lord. You've still got the chance to get out of here. Dream big. Be a paragon. Don't stop at becoming another Barat. It wouldn't be the first time. Garrelon the Blood-Risen was born casteless, you know. Many paragons have humble origins, and once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so. Until I'm dead, little sister. But until then, we can only serve as Barat demands, and he won't like it if either of us is late. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight. What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry. The soldiers who guard the deep roads bring mixed tales. Attacks on Orzammar have died down, but the breeding sites are bigger than ever. The Shapers say it follows a historical pattern. When the Darkspawn pull back, it's usually to mount an assault on the surface. Like a dwarf who was chewed and swallowed by some great beast and spat into a pool of acid. I saw the corpse of one Prince Trian slew, and I couldn't sleep for days. The nobles say they once covered the entire empire, but it's been a long time since they were anything but a buffer zone against the Darkspawn. Whatever you like, as long as we finish in the time it takes me to fasten this sleeve. Well, there are enough of us now that they have a name for us. They call us noble hunters. It's not like we're stalking them for food. If they didn't want what we're offering, believe me, there'd be nobody doing it. A lord's son wants a girl he can show off, so Barat gets us fine clothes, makes certain we know the right songs, the latest gossip. If we get some attention, and bear a son, we'll be raised up to noble caste. And if I claim Barat as an uncle, he joins the clan too. There are few enough of us even without the Darkspawn. With the boys lost every year in the deep roads, Orzammar will only keep shrinking. The noble lords all need to provide new sword arms for their house, and their wives can't do it alone. After they tell everyone the ancestors cursed us because we're casteless, no noble wants that said of his son's mother. If I give birth to a noble son, I'd become his concubine, an official member of his house as long as the child lives. My family comes with me to ensure I keep no ties to Dusttown. If you want to talk about something less icky, you'll have to think of it yourself. Well, you've seen more of his bad side than I have. Barat likes to call himself a provider. He says he has the contacts to get almost everything into or out of Orzammar. It's a big risk, gambling that a girl will get pregnant with a son. But it's the only way into the nobility. The only thing in Orzammar Barat wants is the one thing he can't buy. He's been careful. He arms his men with cast-offs, nothing that would insult the warrior caste. And he feeds the guardsmen's vices. Gambling, women, fresh figs from the surface, whatever they want. It's a big risk, gambling that a girl will get pregnant with a son. The only thing in Orzammar Barat wants is the one thing he can't buy. I hate what he makes you do. Believe me, I did not intend for my little sister to become a thug, but there are no other choices. Mother can't work, and there's not enough coin to be made sweeping streets to live even in this pit. You'll have to do what he asks, and just hope it's nothing unforgivable. Someday, one of us will find a better way. Then will you let me finish getting dressed, or are you determined to talk right through my appointment? Off with you then. Lesky's probably waiting outside.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? All right, all right.